Well, from one titanic clash to another, it's the Merseyside derby this weekend. A fixture full of passion, grit and heart, where local pride is on the line. Everton head to Anfield to face Liverpool and their attacking riches. Liverpool kings of the late goals this season. That's the difference. It's been outstanding. Everyone's talking about it. The late show, is it luck? Will it run out? Or is it something else?
Well, once in a while you get a late goal. But I think in, 5, 6 games, they've got a late goal in every game. And not even late. I mean, I'm talking late, you know. What was the Newcastle one? 90 plus 10 from Engamo. I mean, that was incredible. The Chiesa one. I mean, they have so many weapons and so many options to change the game from the bench. It is quite remarkable. But Mo Salah, I love that dummy from Szoboszlai. There's the one from Engamo. What a player he is. I mean, I don't know. It can't be luck because they just keep pushing down, don't they? And they push right to the end like the great teams do. I mean, this one was sucker punch, wasn't it? 92nd minute, Mo Salah.
Breaking. And it was a combination of Burnley losing their concentration late on. Second week in a row they'd done that. They did it against Man City, 97th minute. And obviously Liverpool pressing and pressing. They had 81% possession, 27 shots on goal in that match. They were outstanding. And I think that it's a showcase of Liverpool's attacking power and ability to dominate opposition defences. You did it obviously with Tevez and Rooney and Ronaldo and so many good players who were just able to, through sheer force of will, really, to worry teams out of it. It's not luck what they're doing. It can't be. They've got so many attacking weapons to go to war with. Isak's not even fit yet.
Yeah. Imagine adding Isak to that blend.
So who does he start? Who does he choose? How does he fit them all in?
I don't have a problem with Ekitiko dropping to the bench. He doesn't have to shoehorn every player into that front six. I think we've made mistakes like that with England and other teams where we had lots of good players and thought, oh my goodness, let's put some square pegs into round holes. I think they've got the quality there. I think in the first hour against Atletico, probably too long, maybe the first 45 minutes against Atletico, we saw how well they can gel when they're flowing and the touch. And
Isak and Wirtz are great together.
Absolutely. I think you would have to start those two, no?
I think so, but Ekitike has been amazing. And, you know, obviously don't forget Gakpo and Mo Salah. And, you know, you've got all these guys, McAllister, you know, you've got all these amazing players. And I think that's a cool thing about Arne Slot. He doesn't really, it's not an emotional thing. It's like, look, I'll make a change and I'll play something that I think is going to decide the game. And every time, I think he's found a way to get it right. Even Chiesa is another one. So having the scope of those options is, I think, is a luxury that not many managers have.
Yeah, probably the most feared forward line in world football right now. Well, Ugo Ekitike spoke about the possibility of linking up with Alexander Isak and competing with him for a place in the starting lineup.
I think it's good, you know. I'm a young player. He has more experience than me in the Premier League. He did very good in the Premier League. He showed that he's one of the best strikers in the world. So it's good for me, you know, to be with him, to compete, even play together. Sometimes maybe it's gonna be the coach decision, but it's good for me, for the team that he's here.
Well, it's ominous for Everton. I think especially David Moyes, he's never won at Anfield, and now they're facing Liverpool, talking about an attacking line in that kind of shape. What do you expect from them?
Well, I expect them to come out and be well organised, as they have been since he's gone back to the club. They've been much more respectable, much less shambolic, and they've added goals to that defensive stability as well. The problem, I've been fascinated listening to Moyes today, Friday, when we're recording this. Am I allowed to say that? I've said it now.
We're live. What are you talking about?
Just in case someone's watching it on Saturday. Okay,
go for it. You do what you want. By now you should know. Please.
Moyes has been talking about the fact that he doesn't like playing against Liverpool. He hates the Merseyside derby. And funnily enough, Wayne Rooney in his own podcast said that as well. He hated playing in the Merseyside derby. The reason being that Liverpool have got so many good players. And when you look at the summer, you look at the fact that they spent over, pushing £500,000 on their squad. They're going to have another outstanding side to put out. Then you look at the record, one win for Everton against Liverpool in the last 29 derbies. It's just ridiculous. And I think as good as Everton are going to be going into this match, Liverpool are just going to be too strong for me, and they will find a way, whether it's a set piece from Van Dijk, whether it's flowing football at Ekitike or Isak or Salah, who we're now not even thinking about as the most potent weapon that Liverpool have. I think Everton will put up a good fight, but I can't see them winning this.
Yeah, if they're going to get something, creativity will obviously come from someone like Jack Grealish, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's been the star of the show. And I think Everton been crying out for somebody to come and be the star. And I think Jack's obviously, he was a star at Aston Villa. Obviously, he was a star among stars at Manchester City and won some big trophies. But 4 assists, that's amazing in 4 Premier League games. And Dyer he's an amazing young player as well. Just think now, Dewsbury Hall, Dibbling, they have some options and some firepower at the top of the pitch. Defensively, they've always been good, Everton, with Pickford in the back 4. But I think offensively now they have a bit of firepower. They add a punch. And obviously with Beto, big physical presence up top. He can pose a threat as well. So Jack would love going in a game like this and trying to be the star of the show. The only problem is they're not going to get much of the ball. So they've got to find a way to get up the pitch. But exciting times for Everton. They have a really good team.
Yeah, you mentioned Dewsbury Hall and Dibbling as well. Just talk to me more about them and what they bring to this Everton squad.
Well, I think they were weak in midfield, I thought. I saw some of the pre-season games, they were missing something in there. I think Dewsbury Hall technically is a very good player, smart player. Goes straight into that number 10 position. Dibbling hasn't really played yet because Jack's been on the left and Dyer's been on the right-hand side. But I think he will come into the team. He's young, he's athletic, got an amazing left foot. And I think it's good with these young English players. They should go to a club like Everton, rather than stockpile all this talent and be at all these big clubs. Go play for a football club like Everton that cherish, these players playing there. And I think they're all going to flourish, especially under a manager like David Moyes, who, gives you a bit of a structure, but then gives them a freedom to go and attack and create something.
Yeah, Darren, we've seen in the last couple of seasons, well, in the history of this game, but we've seen a couple of incidents in the last few seasons. This one gets really spicy. And everyone's expecting Liverpool with their perfect start to get 3 points the easy way.
I think you're right.
What do you say to that?
I think we're judging this purely on football, but obviously sparks do fly in this contest. Emotions run high, largely because everyone knows what it means to the fans. Everyone knows what it means in terms of bragging rights. Wayne Rooney, I mentioned him before, he said that he used to ask for all the TVs to be turned off at the training ground ahead of the game when he was at Everton because he didn't want to be contaminated and caught up in all of the emotion going into the game, but you can't escape it. We saw the climax to the game last season where there was a bust up with the fans and there were players sent off after the final whistle. There were loads of red cards in this fixture as well. You must have played in 1 or 2 like them as well, where it just gets all too much.
Yeah, I mean, emotionally, it's the biggest game, a derby, and you just don't want it to boil over and get nasty because sometimes you're thinking nasty before the game. But you want it to stay.
Does it get like that?
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. But you want to keep it professional and you want to keep it focused on the football and not get out of hand. You don't want it to be physical and aggressive because the fans love that. But you don't want it to go over the top. And I think that's the cool thing about that's why people love the Premier League.
Yeah.
Because you get derbies like this that I don't think you get the same in other countries.
Yeah, you say the fans love that, but the fans will be egging them on as well. They'll be pushing it that way as well. That is the Merseyside derby, one of the standout derbies in world football, of course. It's the early game on Saturday. And just like that, Darren Lewis's favourite part of Team Talks is here. Prediction time. We'll start with Owen Hargreaves because he's visiting us today. And we'll start with the Merseyside derby, Liverpool versus Everton.
I think it's clear. I think Liverpool win the game. I think Everton make it interesting, but I think Liverpool will win comfortably. I'm going to say 4-1.
Yeah, I'm going to be a bit more conservative, but 2-0.